On this edition of Ryan Spoils a Movie, we have a movie of epic spy proportions that we're going to be talking about today. That's right. Ryan is going to be spoiling the brand new movie Mission Impossible Fallout tonight on the show. I'm Brian West.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, and I have not seen this movie. And so I'm going to ask questions that ruin it for me, because Brian hates me.
I don't hate him, but if you're new to the show, Ryan does not go see a lot of movies, which is unacceptable for a geek and nerd style podcast. So in our attempt to shame him into seeing more movies, we've come up with this segment where I give a quick spoiler-free review of the movie that I have seen, and then I make Ryan in the second half spoil the movie by asking 3 questions that involve deep spoilers that if they are not spoilerific enough, I will spoil major plot points for him. So, like I said,
which is kind of counterproductive, because if this becomes a very successful feature, then I have to purposely not see movies so that we can keep doing this.
Listen,
feature.
Let's be honest. So. You're not gonna go see movies. But anyway, the first half of this will be spoiler free. We'll let you guys know when we can dive into spoilers. Yeah. So feel free to watch this. I will tell you nothing that you did not see in the trailers. And the second half, if you've already seen it or you don't care and want to be spoiled and want to watch Ryan cringe as he has to ask things that he doesn't want to ask, there you go. All right. You ready for this, Ryan?
I am ready.
This is your favorite part where I talk.
Know that we did rank all the Mission Impossible movies.
That is true.
And you can also catch that on the GDR rankings episode.
Yes. We talked about the first 5 movies and told you which ones were the best, which ones were the worst. Spoiler alert, Mission Impossible 2 was terrible. But however, this movie is not terrible. Mission Impossible Fallout is freaking fantastic. Basically, it follows the adventures of Ethan Hunt and his friends. This is a direct sequel. This is the first direct sequel to Rogue Nation. All the other Mission Impossible movies have been standalone movies with a little bit of tie-ins to characters and plots from the other movies. But this one is a direct sequel. It has the same villains. It has a lot of the same plot points. This is very much a part 2 to Rogue Nation's part 1. This is also the first one where the same director, Christopher McQuarrie, has directed the same movie. Bringing him back, I think, was a great choice. He is a fantastic director. He learned a lot from the last one, and this one is even better. He has upped the special effects. He has upped the action. He has upped literally everything in this to the point where this may be my favorite Mission Impossible movie. Look, I guess I'm not going to bury the lead on this one. I absolutely loved it. It is definitely one of the best. I don't want to give too much away about the plot because the plot is actually really good and kind of intricate, but also not that hard to follow, if that makes sense. At the very beginning of this movie, they lay out a lot of things for you. You're like, okay, I need to know what happens, what's going on. There's a lot of information. I don't know what's going on, but they do a good job of explaining it throughout the movie. Basically, it's your typical Mission Impossible movie. Ethan Hunt is asked to do something impossible. People turn on each other. He kind of has to go rogue for a while. He has to do a whole bunch of crazy stunts. He runs a lot. He runs more than he's ever ran before. And, at the end of the day, he does a whole bunch of crazy-ass stunts, and weird things happen. So, a lot of humor. But no, honestly, if you love Mission Impossible, if you like these characters, if you like this type of movie, you are going to love this. This is, honestly, I think this might be one of the best action-adventure movies I've ever seen. It's definitely the best one I've seen in probably 10 years. Oh. To me, this movie tops anything you're going to see in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know. I mean, I know some people hate Tom Cruise. I am not one of them. But if you hate Tom Cruise, stay for everybody else. Simon Pegg's in this. Ving Rhames is in this. Henry Cavill is in this, and he's great. I don't know. These are some.
Is this the one that he had to grow the mustache for?
Yes, this is the okay. Justice League mustache gate, right? I mean, okay. You definitely want to stay. You definitely want to watch it just for that. I will say this. This was the better movie than Justice League, and I'm a huge comic book fan, so you know how painful that is to say. So if I was going to watch a movie ruined by CG, bad CG face mustache CGI, I would much rather have been Justice League, which it was, so I'm happy about that. But no, I mean, the cast in this is great. Rebecca Ferguson is fantastic. She expands upon her role as Ilsa Faust, the secret agent in the last one. This one, but what's really cool about this movie, is the fact that, so not only is it a sequel to Rogue Nation, it does something that no other Mission Impossible movie's done before. It literally finds a way to tie every single Mission Impossible movie into this movie and wrap up the entire series in one bow, one big pretty bow, cap it off, so if this is the last one they ever make, you'll feel satisfied, but also set it up for a whole new direction going forward that you're also excited about. I mean, they do a great job. I mean, there's so many callbacks to all the original Mission Impossible movies in this. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to go into them, but this is a labor of love from the movies. It is just amazing. But as far as, like I said, the action is top notch. It's 2.5 hours long. It never drags. They do a great job of having different styles. Like, for instance, Ethan Hunt is very much like he's a sneaky Asian. He's very precise in his movements. His fighting style is very like elbows, fists, kind of like a lot of hand-to-hand close combat. Henry Cavill comes in like a freaking hammer. They even say he's a hammer in this movie, and he is. Like, when he fights, he just like shrugs his shoulder. Just every time he punches somebody, you're like, my daughter goes, that looks like Superman. I'm like, yeah, he fights like Superman. I mean, Henry Cavill is Superman in this movie. Just like, I mean, these guys are, let's be honest, these guys are all superheroes. There's nothing in this that isn't insanely impossible. I mean, this is not like a real life. You're not like, oh, this could really happen. No, it couldn't. But I will say this, the action sequences, there's one point where they literally have Tom Hanks strapped to the bottom of a helicopter flying over the ground, and the way they put all the cameras, you can tell that it's really him. And my wife was starting to get like vertigo watching this. She's like, oh my God, I'm starting to get nauseous. The scenes are insane. I mean, I hope you can tell by my excitement how much I love this. This is a type of an action movie that you grew up loving in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, but infinitely better. The special effects are better. The story is better, the plot, but it is just a hardcore, fun action-adventure movie, and it's one of the best I've seen, like I've said, for about, the 9th time. I highly recommend you go watch Mission Impossible Fallout. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to give anything away, but there's a lot of twists, a lot of fun to be had. And the good news is they spoil a lot of stuff in the trailers, but it doesn't matter because this movie's so good, you just don't even notice it. I'm going to give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. This is a great movie.
That's a very enthusiastic
It is
rating.
really good. Now, mind you, I love action movies, so for me this is kind of like Nirvana. But but this is one of the best. I would put this up there with any other great action movies. I mean, it's not your Indiana Jones, but those are more like fantasy adventures. But just straight shoot 'em up, car stunts, all that stuff. This is one of the best ones. I highly recommend everybody go check out Mission Impossible Fallout. So that is my spoiler-free review. For the next 3 minutes or so, we're going to dive into some spoilers here. So there's my review. Feel free to turn it off if you want to stay for a little bit more. Ryan's going to spoil a few things for you. Starting right now, you've been warned. All right, Ryan. So you've heard my review. What is your first question? What is your first spoiler-free question?
I want to know what was the coolest action scene that just completely blew you away.
Oh my God. So at the end of the movie, there's a helicopter chase scene where Henry Cavill, you've seen a little bit in the trailer where you see him shooting at Ethan Hunt in a helicopter. So it starts out, he has to get on this helicopter. So he runs and jumps on it, right? Now this whole thing is done by Tom Hanks. It's been confirmed. He did
You mean
this.
Tom Cruise?
Or sorry, what did I say? Tom Hanks? By Tom Cruise, sorry. I was just listening to this podcast. I forget what it's called. The Unwatchable or the Rewatchables on Bill Simmons' podcast, and they just did Forrest Gump. So I've been listening to Tom Hanks all day in my head today.
Okay.
So anyway, there's a shout out if you guys want to listen to a good podcast that's not ours. Check out the Unwatchables. As if Bill Simmons needs our plug, but. So anyway, so Tom Cruise, it's been confirmed he did all this stunts himself. Now I'm sure there was a lot of like wire work that they took out in the final cut, but so he jumps on this helicopter. The helicopter lifts off. Well, it's got this like dangling payload. They never say what it is, but he falls multiple times and drops down and grabs this rope and has to climb back up to the top of the helicopter. And there's a part where he's hanging on to both sides of these helicopter legs, and you can see the ground and everything flying. The whole helicopter stunt scene is... So, this movie doesn't have stunt sets. It has stunt pieces. So, like, there's action pieces in this movie that legitimately last for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. There's, like, it starts and it doesn't stop for 30... I mean, they are incredible some of the
Yeah.
There's no individual. So like we talked in our review, our ranking, Ghost Protocol, one of my favorites, that they have that moment when he gets out and he climbs up on that building. It's still one of my favorite stunts of all time. This one doesn't have anything that tops that, but the sequences that they have it tops anything you've seen before in Mission Impossible. They're just incredible because that helicopter scene leads into a helicopter crash that leads into Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise like hanging on the side of a mountain fighting. It's insane. You got to watch it. It's incredible.
Question 2.
All right, what do you
got? Does Simon Pegg die?
Do you want to know this?
No, I don't.
The answer is...
I'm trying to think of a question. Does one of the team members die? How about that?
Yes. One of the IMF members dies.
Oh man. Ooh.
And it's kind of sad.
Is it like in the beginning?
It's towards the middle.
Toward the middle.
You kind of see it coming when the moment starts arising. When you see this movie, now that you know that, you're going to know which moment it is. You're going to know who it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go.
Let's see, I need to do one more.
Well, I'm gonna throw you for in a loop. Technically, 2 members of the team die in this movie. There you go. All right. Moving on. All right, third question, Ryan.
Third question. My third question.
Yes, Tom Cruise pulls off a mask and he's actually Tom Hanks.
Does...
All right. What's your third and final question?
Does Henry Cavill mustache, does he just like rip it off at one point?
No.
And he's like, I could have done Justice League the whole time, and he's fake mustache.
You know what? Because the last spoiler was so spoilerific, I will allow that one. No, he does not rip off his mustache. And he's got like a great like beard. Like it's not just a mustache, it's like a beard mustache. So it's like a lightly stubble, but like a full mustache. Henry Cavill is very, very sexy in this movie and has a very. Yes. I wish I could grow the facial hair. I was very jealous and slightly aroused at Henry Cavill's facial hair in this movie.
I get jealous of like anyone that can actually grow like real facial hair.
There is fun fact, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Is there's a part where it's been just massively slapped around and made fun of on the internet. Is when Henry Cavill in the trailer when he does that thing where he like pumps his shoulders before he goes and fights this guy in the bathroom. Which that bathroom scene, it's so great. It's one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. But anyway, there's a whole thing where you could tell they shot it multiple times, maybe even in reshoots, because his beard is real thin and then it gets thick. So as he's walking, his beard grows and his shirt gets a pocket. I will say this, the edit is so good you don't see when it happens. All of a sudden he's got no pocket and then he does, and his beard is short and then it's longer. It's great. You don't really. The
bathroom fight scene. I'm totally gonna be looking for that,
dude,
when I see the movie.
I tried. You don't see it in real time, but you can definitely see it when you watch the on the loop. But
yeah,
dude, that fight scene is so great. Oh my, this movie's fucking great. All right, so we're getting out of here. I'm giving this a 9 out of 5. Something new we're gonna start doing on the show is I'm gonna ask Ryan at the end, based on his questions and my review, will he go see this movie?
In the theater, I will not go see this movie.
Fail.
I will see it immediately when it comes out.
All right, well, there you go. Ryan has spoiled it for everyone. Hopefully he's giving you guys some fun things to think about. Let us know what you guys think about the movie if you've already seen it in the comments below. If you haven't, like I said, I highly recommend going and seeing it. It's one of my favorite action movies in the last decade at least. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Like Ryan said, we also have our Mission Impossible review on our YouTube page. Check it out. We rank all the movies, obviously, other than Mission Impossible Fallout. But anyway, let us know what you guys thought about Mission Impossible Fallout. Until next time, stay awesome, everybody.
And stay nerdy.